All right, now let us say hello to the reigning, defending UFC light heavyweight champion, the pride of Poland himself. I hardly recognize Jan Blachowicz because look at this suit that this man is wearing. The coif is beautiful. I mean, you look like a superstar, my friend. Wow, the glow up is real, Jan. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. I have to look like this. I'm the champion, so I have to look like a champion. No, today I've got media day, so I go to barber shop in the morning, and now a lot of interviews now with you. So
Yes. Well, you look fantastic. Are you your own stylist or is someone guiding you throughout this? Because I feel there's a transformation of your look happening before our eyes here.
yeah, one lady she helped me to
That's good.
looks a little bit better.
I love it. And on fight week, you look great as well. Could I ask, we saw the images when you came home after beating Dominic Reyes of the people showering you with praise and love and affection when you landed back home in Poland and everything. What was it like this time when you came back home?
No, this time wasn't like this, but because the COVID restriction and because I should to come back to Poland in Monday, but that was some problem with our flights again with the COVID problems, and we come back to Poland in Tuesday. So I hear that a lot of people waiting for me the Monday, but in Tuesday, nobody was a couple people over there, but not so much.
Does that bum you out? Like, did you want that? Were you looking forward to that?
Little bit, yes. I miss for that. I would like to, feel this one more time, but I was so tired after, this trip because, 2 days almost in the trip, So it was a little bit good that I just go to home and rest a little bit.
And what about the media attention this time compared to the Dominic Reyes fight? Do you feel like it's starting to grow even more now?
Yes, but it's growing up. But we know how we have to prepare for this.
Sure.
So now we are ready. Like today, I've got whole day of media day, a lot of interviews. So I do almost not everything, but a lot of biggest interviews I do this today, and then I'm gonna have free time for me and my family.
So now here we are, 4 or so days removed from the fight. I'm wondering, have you watched the entire fight since Saturday?
Not yet. No time. Just the short. I find short thing on internet. Just watch this, and so. But I'm gonna watch it later with my coaches. Because we need to watch what goes good, what was bad, what we can do better in next fight. And that's it, stuff like this. So
how did you feel about, in the moment, how did you feel about the entire fight and how it played out? Like, were you happy with what you did? Did you think you could have done even better? How did you feel as you left the octagon? Obviously you were happy that you won, but in terms of your performance, how did you feel?
Yeah, I was happy because I won the fight. I asked my coaches, was good fight? Looked really good. And then they say, yeah, it was good fight. No boring fight. It was good fight, a good tempo. So I was okay. So I'm happy, yeah. But anyway, I can do much things better. Like put more pressure on him, start wrestling a little bit earlier, use my hands more, to boxing. But Israel is a really good fighter, one of the best in the world. So it's not so easy fight. It was a really good fight, tough fight. But yeah, I was happy. Happy that I can fight against someone like Israel. Inside the octagon by 25 minutes, pleasure for me.
Was there anything about what he did, how he felt, how he fought that surprised you, that you didn't think would happen?
Two things. The most important, I think that he gonna be a little bit faster. When I watch his fight, so he was inside the octagon. He was, not so fast like when I watch his fight, but he kicked harder than I think. So he was slower. But his kicks was harder than I think that's gonna be.
Interesting. The plan to not add weight was a big talking point leading up to the fight, to not be as big as you. He came in at 200.5. Do you think that was a mistake on his part? Should he have tried to bulk up more?
I don't know. I think so. Yes, a little bit. We see this when I take him down in the third round, he cannot stand up. Same in the last round, but in the beginning of the fight, he was, tricky. I cannot catch him. He feels distance really good. So I don't know. Maybe if he will be bigger, he will be much slower. So maybe then I can grab him, faster and easier. But so nobody know. Maybe if in the future we're gonna have a rematch and he's gonna be bigger, we will see.
And you had such great success in the fourth and fifth rounds with your wrestling and keeping him down and doing damage on the ground. You said earlier maybe in hindsight you should have grappled earlier. Was the plan to try to take him down earlier in the fight and you just couldn't get a hold of him?
Yeah, that was. I should do this in the every round, starting the first. But he don't let me go to do this, because he keep distance really well. I take him down in the first or second round, I don't remember because I don't watch fight yet.
Right.
And he stand up really quick, Also, he do some mistake. I grab to him to guillotine. He also do something tricky and escape me. So I had to, slow down a little bit and waiting just for a good moment, make him a little bit tired, make him that he will be think that I will not go to take him down. And in third round, start working this game, and I'll take him down and keep to the end of the round.
Does that fight play out any differently if it's in the larger UFC cage? Like, do you think the fact that it was in a smaller cage helped you?
I don't think so because I train. I tried to take him down when I was close to the cage,
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot do this, He defend him really good, But in the middle of the cage, I take him down easy, So the cage will be bigger. So okay, I will not catch him, in the close to the octagon to the cage, but on the inside the octagon, on the middle, I will catch him anyway. So no different for me.
In a weird way, is it fair to say that this fight was even bigger for you and the victory was even greater for you than the Reyes fight, considering it was your first UFC pay-per-view main event, considering how big of a name he was and all the buzz that went into it? Did you feel like this one was bigger for your career?
Yeah, with whole respect to Dominic, I think so. Yes, that was bigger. Biggest for me. Lot big. Yeah, because of the. Israel is one of the best in the world. No losses before me. So. Whole media was focused on me. Big pressure from my country. Everybody watching on this. So that was, I think, much bigger than. Maybe not much bigger, but a little bit bigger than fight against Dominic.
Did you feel that pressure? Like, did you feel more nervous going into this one than previous fights?
Little bit, but like I tell you, like I tell you before the fight, I don't think. I try to do not think about this, but I feel it that is, that it's something bigger than my fight against Dominic. It's going on right now. So yes, the pressure was a little bit big, but I survived this. I take it to my chest, and do my job.
And in a weird way, when you beat Dominic Reyes, I thought Dominic Reyes beat Jon Jones. And so I felt like you beat the champion and you're the rightful champion. But I know there are some people who didn't think Dominic beat Jon Jones. And so they said, oh, he's not the rightful champion unless he beats Jon Jones. But now it feels like no one's saying you're not the rightful champion. It feels like you got full respect after this fight, even though you beat a guy who wasn't even a light heavyweight, who's a middleweight. It seems like everyone is respecting you. Do you feel that now? Like there's no comments about not real champion.
Yeah, right now I think I've got the whole respect what I deserve, So I'm happy. I'm just happy. I've got a lot of messages. I'm the true champion. I for me and for my family, for Poland, I was true champion after the fight against Dominic. But right now, I think I'm for everybody true champion. Even from these people who don't believe in me before this fight.
We saw a great moment right after the fight, before they read the judges' scorecards between you and Izzy. I think you thought that he was talking about bodyguard, but it was it was nice to see the respect between you guys. And he said some very nice things about you after the fight as well. How did that make you feel when you heard that?
I'm just happy, because I also got a lot of respect to him. He's a nice guy, I like him. I like his style. I wish him best in future, his next fights. And I'm just happy, that he got respect to me. I've got respect to him. And anyway, we've got, one more, because before fight, we say together we have to play in ping pong, after the fight. So still got one fight against him, but on the ping pong now. So.
In ping pong?
Yeah, the tennis table, yeah.
Yeah, why, you're a big ping pong guy?
In my gym in Poland, you can lose sparring, yeah? No problem. When someone beats you on sparring, no problem. But always before training, we play on ping pong for the warm-up, And if you lose the game in ping pong, You cannot, everybody is, I defeat you, you're pussy. Yeah.
And how's your record in ping pong?
No, I'm not the best, but one of the best in the gym.
Wow. Who is the best?
The boxer Artur Szpilka. I don't know that you know this name.
Okay.
But he's boxer, only boxing. Sometimes he helped me, with the boxing skills. And sometimes I'm training him in do some sparring around with box. But he's the best in ping pong. In our
clear something up for us. Dana White seemed to think that you were saying to him in the cage, "You don't respect me." Is that what you were saying to him?
No. I asked him, "You don't believe in me, yeah?" Just ask him.
Yeah.
No, just that's it, And he's, "No, I believe in you." I said, "Okay." And after that, I just say, "Thank you that we still got the job thanks to you, and stuff like this." So, no, not bad blood, just asking, You don't believe in me? Said, "No, I believe in you."
Do you feel like he believes in you now?
Right now, I think everybody start believing in me, and start respect me and believe that I'm the true champion. And then I have in the past a couple of bad fights. Now it's it's just old story. Now it's new version of me, and that's it. And we have to forget about this bad fights in my life. Now it's only the best version of Jan Blachowicz.
By the way, I know you're involved in the fight and you may not, be thinking of these things, but do you remember how you were scoring it in your mind? Like, if I ask you which rounds you think you won, do you think you won 4-1? Do you think you won 5-0? Do you remember what you were thinking or what was being said to you in between rounds?
My coach says that, yeah, it's good. You won the fight. It's okay. We keep going, do the same what we're going to do. Just start, wrestling more. And I feel that I won this fight, I knew that I do a little bit more than Izzy does. I knew that he kicked a little bit more, but almost what he kicked me, that was on my block, the guard. I think my boxing was a little bit better than his. Of course, my wrestling was much better than his. So after 5 rounds, I knew that I won this fight. I just, was a little bit nervous because, referees, sometimes they see different fights, So I was a little bit nervous, but for me, they watch the same fight what I.
Did you think the 5th round was a 10-8? I mean, it's a moot point. You won the fight
maybe
fair
not,
and square.
Maybe not 10-8, maybe that was 10-9, something like this. But this don't change anything, because I just knew that I was not much better, but better in this fight.
Yep. What did Glover say to you after the fight?
He said that I won this fight because I asked him, "What do you think about the sport?" And he, "No, you was better. You won this fight, and so you are next. Okay, you are next, and that's it, And we just shake the hands and see you in the side octagon in future."
It's a great thing. You two are two of the nicest and most respectful guys in the sport, and I think everyone's happy to see you guys fight for the belt. I know you just came off the fight with Izzy, but in a perfect world, when would you like to return?
I think I need, half year for break, maybe not break, but I would like, something like this. After half year, I can do another fight, because right now I want to spend a little bit time with my family, with my kid,
Yeah.
Because with my fiance, because she helped me a lot with this camp, because she take care of my son, our son. She, especially I can sleep, she don't sleep in the night, so now I have to, do something for her. But we will see, maybe after 1 month of break, I will say, okay, let's go, let's come back early, we will see. But today, when I'm thinking about next fight today, so I think half year break.
Yeah, like so around like the fall or so, right? September, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But we will see when you ask me, 1 month. So okay, let's go, let's do this earlier. But we will see.
Have you allowed yourself to even think of the Glover fight yet? Like, are you already starting to think about how it's going to go? And if so, what are your early thoughts on it?
He's got a lot of experience. He's, older than me. Finally, someone older than me. So big experience, great jiu-jitsu, good boxing. So that's gonna be, good fight. And I think that he also find he's much better fight than he was, a couple years ago, because now he know how to have to train, because he's not young anymore, so he need to train a little bit in different way, in smarter way. This is much better sometimes for you, So that's gonna be, interesting fight. I think so.
Obviously, Glover is next, but have you given up the dream, the goal to fight Jon Jones? Like, do you not even think about him anymore?
Maybe someday I will wake up and I'm gonna have on my email contract against him. But I start believing that, because maybe if I go to heavyweight after, couple years, maybe then. But right now, I stop thinking about Jon Jones.
Okay. Did you see his tweets throughout the night about the fight?
I saw something that he's, but I don't remember what he said. To remind me.
Well, he was talking, a lot of people were saying him versus Izzy would be a big fight, but now he said, I'm done with this, and seemed to be a little bit celebrating. He doesn't like Izzy, obviously, and Izzy doesn't like him. Celebrate. He did pick you to win the fight. He predicted that you would win. I was wondering if you thought that it was, maybe in poor taste, or if it's just part of the game. You can rub it in when your opponent loses. I was just curious if you saw any of it and how you digested it.
So I don't know. Jon Jones is Jon Jones. He always put something on the internet. Never know what. So tomorrow we're gonna see something different. Day after tomorrow he put something different. So, we will. He is not my problem right now.
Fair enough. I'll ask you this one last question, and then I'll let you go because I know you have a lot of media today. You talked about the past, and I know you want to forget about the past, but I'm just curious about one thing I haven't asked you about recently. Your fiance did an interview with The Athletic where she talked about everything that you've been through. It was a great interview, and I suggest everyone check it out. And she talked about the night that you lost to Patrick Cummins in Buffalo, and how she was afraid that she would get an email that maybe you were cut from the UFC. If you could tell that guy back in 2017 something about how this would all play out, what kind of advice would you give to that man? Was he scared that his job was going to be coming to an end? What were you feeling that night in Buffalo?
When I'm talking to myself in that moment over there, that you have to focus on what you're doing wrong. Why are you losing the fight? You was really good fighter, and what's happened right now to you, And I think that that I'm saying to myself, then after this fight, because I find a way how to come back to good road, So I think that that I did it,
Were you nervous as well?
Sorry?
Were you nervous as well that they were going to cut you?
Yeah, of course. I think that that will be over, end of my dreams, but they don't, and they make really good decisions.
It's a beautiful story. It really is. Congratulations, my friend. You represent the sport extremely well, and you represent your country even better. So congratulations on everything you've accomplished. Congrats on the big win. And thank you, as always, for the time. We look forward to the next one.
Thank you. Appreciate it. For me, a pleasure for me, like always.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.